Hey, what's going on, everyone? Appreciate y'all coming here and checking out this Zoochosis video. First, before I even get into this video, I just wanted to give a huge thank you to all you guys that supported my previous Zoochosis video. The support on that was absolutely insane. I haven't had a video do that well in forever. I literally asked for 500 likes on that video and it got over 12,000 likes. What the heck? Seriously, guys, thank you so much for the support on that one. In this one, I'm going to be doing the complete opposite of what I did in that one. In that one, we cured all the animals and saved everyone that we could save. In this one, we're going to be a complete psychopath. So if you're curious on what would happen if you are completely evil in this game, well, you're going to find out. There are some twisted outcomes. And I gotta say, just taking out the animals felt brutal. Like, I don't know, when you actually hit them with a lethal injection, it just feels awful. They literally start fighting for their life. I feel so bad for them. But I just wanted to do the complete opposite in this video, just to show you all what happens exactly. So yeah, hope you all find this one interesting, and if you do, consider leaving a like on the video. I don't expect this one to do as well as the previous one, because we're playing the evil guy, but I know there are some players out there that could be curious over what happens if you do choose to play the bad guy. I know at least I'm genuinely curious about this. But yeah, who knows? This video may do well. Let's see if we can get this video to surpass, I don't know, 1,000 likes or something. That'd be amazing to see. I feel like last time I was lowballing at 500 likes. Dude, we surpassed that by a long shot. I did not expect that whatsoever. Seriously, can't thank you guys enough for the support. But yeah, to start this video off though, I'm just going to be showing y'all all of the animal deaths. And then I'm going to be getting into what happens if you do decide to play the evil route. And I'll be getting into the different twisted endings that you can get too. Feel free to use the timestamps available if you want to skip to certain segments of this video. But yeah, let's get into first all of the animals dying. So yeah, there you have it. That is all of the animals dying. And some things that they have in common after they die. The developers implemented a feature where it looks like they're trying to fight for their life once you inject them with a lethal injection. Also, it will state that you have failed because the animals died. And most importantly, after you do, take out a mutated animal, you will notice that they all end up getting a parasite out of them. Now, the difference with this parasite, though, is that they all look dead. As you can see here, when you go to make the poison for the mother, look at how all the parasites look like from using a lethal injection on the mutated animal. These parasites look dead. I'm not sure if they're actually dead or if it's just because they're all like the same kind of parasite, so there's no motivation for the parasites to move or anything. But it's just odd the way they look. They literally look like, I don't know, they're dead or asleep or something. But for an example here, to get the good ending after curing all the animals, I had to choose the bottom one in the information tab for the parasites. Like, this was the right one for curing all of them. The one that wasn't moving but just standing, and the others were like competing against each other. I don't know if it's just random for different parasites when you cure them, but I do know the ones that I did lethal inject, I kept getting the same kind of parasite where they just looked crumped up like this. And yeah, I tried to tinker around with this and see if I could get a good ending from these parasites, and you can't. So that's another thing on why you shouldn't do this route. And I mean, it does make things easier, I will say. You don't have to worry about making the cure or making any of the animals better. You have less to worry about because you're just straight up shooting them with this injection that kills them. But in the end, there is no good benefit out of doing it this way to get a good solid ending. Which, speaking of endings, you won't even be able to check out these parasites if you don't end up saving Sarah. So yeah, I will admit I did try to save Sarah at first just to see a little bit more about these parasites that I'm getting from these mutated animals, and turns out the results were pretty interesting. We don't get the usual kind of parasite. They're all like crumped up. It's like they're dead. They're not moving whatsoever or standing like they usually are. But yeah, speaking of, if you do just try to go the route where you just straight up, grind up Sarah in the beginning, as well as all the other human bodies that come for meat to feed the mutated animals, the outcomes personally aren't good to me. It doesn't break down as much as it does usually if you do save Sarah. I'll cover those outcomes further in this video. There's some twisted ones that you can get if you do save her, but if you decide to go the full evil route, like I mentioned I would in this video, you just come off the train and end up, becoming paralyzed, and then Doc feeds you to Mother. I'll go ahead and play this out for you guys if you haven't seen it.
Hey, Paul, how are you feeling? Oh, by the way, I've had the pleasure of meeting your wife. Can you believe she reported to the police that her beloved husband disappeared in the zoo? Good thing I have friends everywhere. Now she will have to go into the grinder, too. Well, lie down here for now while I'll prepare. Wake up, Paul. Mother likes her food to flutter and squeak. Don't worry about your wife. I think she'll make a great dessert. Really, Paul, you didn't think that after everything you've seen, I'd let you go. Uh-oh, looks like Mommy is particularly hungry today. Goodbye, Paul. Tell Mother.
So yeah, that's what happens. Also, I ignored Paul's wife completely too, to go the full evil. And here's what happens, it states. Paul didn't save the journalist. He didn't call Lily. Worried about her husband's fate, she went to the police station, but Doc had his people everywhere. Due to Paul's indifference, Lily died, Paul became food for the monster, and their young daughter, Gina, ended up in a troubled shelter in Pine Valley. Yeah, an absolute horrible ending. But I will say I did figure out going this solo route where you never rescue Sarah, you do get a bit of different dialogue going down into CJ's laboratory. Also, Doc calls while we're down there too. Check this out.
Dr. Oliver Metzger. What a surprise. Doc really turned out to be a doctor. I know it's you, son of a bitch.
Hey, take it easy, Paul Connolly. What's going on?
Like you don't know, you bastard. You think just because I'm poor, I'm an idiot? You infected me with some crap and expect me to die like the animals in your fucking zoo? Shut up! You think I wouldn't figure it out, Dr. Oliver Metzger? You said there was no lab here. So why the hell am I standing in one talking to you now?
Oh, Paul, here you go again. Your ass shouldn't be where you are right now. This is a restricted area, not related to the zoo or your duties. And yes, I did inject you with a parasite, but not to harm you, rather to protect you. Without it, your job would be much harder. If you use your head and get through the first night properly, I'll come back in the morning and remove it. You'll get your money after the first shift, and no one will get hurt. Just finish what you started. It's almost over, Paul.
Asshole! You think I'll believe a word you say after this?
You'll have to, Paul. You're locked in, and I'm the only one who can open the door. Plus, I've got an NDA signed by your own hand, right in front of me. I'm just offering you a way out of this tricky situation, Paul. The choice is yours. Don't worry, I'll be back soon. Finish the job.
Looks like Miss Summers was right to be worried about her husband. It seems they cause mutations in humans as well as animals.
So yeah, a little bit of different dialogue, and also we learned from Doc's phone call that the parasite was helping us not die from the mutated animals. That's the reason why the mutated animals can't hurt us. It's because we have that parasite inside of us. Kind of weird. But yeah, this is a horrible ending. There also are some other twisted endings. Like, for example, if you save Sarah, you can end up betraying her. Doc actually gives us a phone call while we're down there with Sarah. And keep in mind, this phone call happens at a different part compared to the one where we came down here solo. This phone call happens near the end, right before we're about to make the poison for the mother. We can actually choose to listen to Doc instead of Sarah. And here's what happens if we choose to betray her.
Paul, we need to hurry. You're about to be paralyzed and then you'll mutate. But we can still save you. I'm gonna send the poison formula to your PDA right now. Paul, please, there's no time for that.
Night Zookeeper, Paul Connolly.
Idiot. Moron. Asshole. What the hell did you tell that bitch? CJ's wife. I warned you that you have to do everything they tell you. Do you know what I'm going to do with you now?
Fuck you. You've already done everything. I have a parasite inside me that turns me into a mutant.
So that's how it is. You probably noticed that the animals didn't touch you. It's because of the parasite. Only thanks to it, they see you as one of their own. In short, Paul, you've messed up a lot, but it can still be fixed. Finally send that bitch Watkins to the grinder and wait for me at the entrance. Only then will you get the antidote and maybe keep your job.
Who is that? Metzger? What did he say?
I have to feed my family.
Hey, Paul. Are you here? Paul, I brought breakfast. The meat you gave me was incredibly delicious. Gina had 3 servings. And I promised to take the rest to her beloved daddy. Oh, someone arrived. Hello. Do you work here? Hey, what are you doing? Let me go!
Good morning, Paul. How was your night? It's time to feed the mother. Wake up, Paul. Mother likes her food to flutter and squeak. Don't worry about your wife. I think she'll make a great dessert. Really, Paul, you didn't think that after everything you've seen, I'd let you go. Uh-oh, looks like Mommy is particularly hungry today. Goodbye, Paul. Tell Mother, bon appetit.
So yeah, doing it this way was another twisted and evil ending. As you can see here, for this ending it states, Paul chose the path of violence and killed Sarah. He also didn't call Lily to warn her about the origin of the meat, leading her to bring him a delicious meat meal, but she had no idea what evil lurked in that place. Doc dealt with her quickly. Fortunately, she didn't suffer. After that, Paul and Lily's body were handed over to the monster as food. They were left with a young daughter, Gina. So yeah, that's another unfortunate ending. And keep in mind, it can end a little differently than that too. If you don't ignore your wife and instead warn her about the meat, she won't end up showing up and dying from Doc. But yeah, there's also another secretive ending that not many players know about. And this one is chain reacted by also curing all of the animals, interestingly enough. And how you get this one to trigger is by not making the poison whatsoever. You do everything that Sarah asks you to do and you try to cure all the animals and do good, except you don't make the poison. You just go straight to the last animal habitat, and then once you get done curing that animal habitat and getting back on the train to go to the hub, this is what will happen. This ending will trigger. Check this out.
Holy shit. What's happening to me?
Yeah, this is also another evil kind of ending that you may not have known about. As you can see here, it states, after you get this one, Paul saved Sarah but ignored the symptoms of his mutation, allowing the process to continue and transforming him into a monster. The mutation processes were not fully understood in humans, so Paul mutated halfway, like many subjects before him. Doc was torn apart by the claws of the mutated Paul. After dealing with Doc, Paul lunged at Sarah. So indicating that he also got Sarah too. But yeah, there's also another ending that you can get where you mutate. It's kind of an evil one as well. You get this one if you don't figure out that Sarah is messing around with CJ. If you don't answer that phone call and return back to Sarah, here's what will happen.
Why do you need an axe?
If you could see yourself, you wouldn't ask. And also, you smell like vomit. Want to freshen up?
I guess I should. Hey, Sarah! What the hell?
Sorry, Paul. You can mutate at any moment now. And I want to live. Stay here for a while.
Bitch, I saved you!
Paul, it's morning. Where are you, my friend? It's time to check how you handled your probation. This is strange.
Yeah, this is another evil, mutated, bad ending that you can get. And another bad ending that you can get if you do end up saving Sarah. If you choose the wrong parasite and then choose to inject yourself, this can cause Doc, Sarah, Paul, and Paul's wife to die. Check this out.
I'm sure there must be another way.
Let's go to the mother's enclosure.
Paul, you're about to be paralyzed.
I think I won't be able to inject the poison myself. You need to do it.
No, I'll do better. I'll shed light on this shit. Just wait for the doc.
This is Doc. Faster. Inject me with the poison, Sarah.
Hey, Paul, what a pleasant surprise. Usually your colleagues pass out in the most unexpected places, but you got paralyzed right next to Mother. Saves me the trouble of dragging you. Yes, Paul, you're right. This is the end. It's just amazing how all of you pathetic losers fall for the promise of success and money. But let's admit it, the only thing you're good for is food. Mother, my girl, it's lunchtime. What the hell?
This is for CJ!
As you can see, here's what it states after choosing this ending. I think this is like the true bad ending because this chain reacts a lot of death. As you can see here, Paul saved Sarah and helped her with the investigation. However, he didn't call Lily, which led her to come to the zoo with a meat meal, putting her in Doc's grasp. Lily is dead. Sarah's plan worked. She managed to inject Doc with poison, but the poison was ineffective and didn't affect the mother. After consuming Doc and Lily's body, the mother didn't die. Her tentacles reached for Sarah and Paul. Legends about the monster lurking in the sewers of Pine Valley still frighten the locals. So yeah, this may be one of the true evil endings because you chain react so much death after doing it this way. But yeah, I figured I'd make a video over this since I just went over a video curing all the animals and saving all the humans. Figured I'd make one just doing the complete opposite and being evil and showing you the bad endings instead of just the good. Hope you all found this video informative as well as enjoyable. I'm out of here though, everyone. As always, most importantly, I appreciate you all taking the time, watching and listening. Until next time, peace.